Welcome to Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington. Welcome to the show, Sports World Trivia for this Monday before Christmas. And if you're watching this one on Comcast Cable, this is the day after Christmas. I hope you will get, and I hope you got what you wanted. Maybe that's the best way to put it. If you were, and George Gatto joins me tonight, if you were hoping for a Steeler victory, we got that.
Yeah.
Hard fought, goofy game.
Yeah, just a weird game. You didn't know what was going to happen
But
next.
we got it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Penguins, not doing
7
bad
in a
for
row.
all the injuries that they've had. And the Steelers, George, had it not been, let's pick up just two more victories of the first four
Right.
games that we lost. Give me
One
two.
more. Two would have been great, but one more, the
Would have put
Steelers
us-
would be sailing in the playoffs right now.
Right. So now we got to hope for victories by, was it Kansas City
Kansas
to beat?
City.
San Diego is going to lose.
San Diego has to lose to Kansas City. The Jets have to beat Miami, very doable.
Well, that's-
Cincinnati has to beat Baltimore, very doable, because Cincinnati,
Well, then what
if
are we
New England
waiting-
stumbles...
What are we worried about?
Well, I'm worried about the Kansas City one, because I think Kansas City is going to rest some of their starters who are beat up. So I think that's the one that's going to
So
be the
now
problem.
this is where the debate comes
Right,
in. Huh?
but Bob, 0-4, and they've won 7 out of their last 11 games. It's just amazing. You know, you thought that this season was going to be a disaster. You know, the 4 exhibition games, you lose those. The first 4 games, you lose those, and that London
like a
game was just
long-
so
oh,
bad.
my gosh.
And you just thought, are they ever going to win another game again? But lo and behold, I mean, you got to
Look at your
give
stars.
him credit, yeah.
Polamalu, with what he did yesterday in stripping the ball out of the quarterback's hands, but you look at our receivers, they say that Ben's getting along more or easier to work with the offensive coordinator.
Haley, yeah.
Right
I
now.
think they've come to a meeting.
They're almost.
Yeah, of the minds here.
Is there egos there? Do you
Oh,
think?
my goodness. And then, you know, you take a look at Ben's buddy, Bruce Arians, out in Arizona. He's won 10 games with Arizona, and they might not even make the playoffs with 10 wins.
Can you imagine that? Anyway.
But, hey, it was just a great day for football, Bob, and it was just thoroughly enjoyable.
It was. Folks, we invite you to get ready to come on the horn with us at 724-236-0430. Give us a call. Let's take a look at rules and regulations on how your call can turn your effort into a little bit of a profit, just a little bit. You can win a prize on the program that is valued at about $10. If you go for some of the more difficult questions, you can ask for them. The Grand Salami or the Mystery Profile, you can win up to $125 in coupons and gift certificates. You can try the Mystery Profile once in a calendar month, and you can only win a prize every other week. Multiple choice gets you 15 seconds. For your time limit, 20 seconds for the Grand Salami, and the Mystery Profile goes one by one. We haven't had a try at the Mystery Profile in about a month.
Hopefully we
Every
can
time I
rectify
come
that.
in, I look at the sheet, and it reminds me, good gosh, I look at the answer and the clues, and that thing has been up there now for a while. So, also, if you are a first-time caller, you will win more than one prize. The answers to the trivia questions are on my website, doubledribblebob.com, and my radio show on a Saturday on WAVL at 9:10 on the AM dial is brimming with a lot of historical and Good stories.
Good, oh, absolutely, it's a
Anyway,
good story.
you listen to.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, we got a caller ready to kick it off. So line one is occupado, as they say, south of the border. We'll come back, we'll take that call, and hope that you will call in the meantime. Sportsline Trivia continues right after this. This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go, Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
There once was a hungry road that wouldn't let drivers get very far. It wore out their tires, forcing them to buy new ones. Then along came the Michelin Man, who proved the right tire changes everything. With long-lasting tires in place, those drivers were back on the road to saving money. Drive longer with the Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile limited warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Tarentum and Freeport Road in Natrona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Road in Blawnox. 40 years of experience at the same location. Allow us to help you in the selection of your next pre-owned vehicle. Get a hold of Mike Fanto at Tower Auto Sales. Just buy it, as they say. 412-828-6202. So Terry awaits us on the line right now. Terry, good evening. We welcome you to the program. Thank you for tuning in.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Okay, good, good.
Good to hear. You know, I have mixed feelings about the Steelers doing well.
Why is that?
I'm concerned that, you know, assuming they win this weekend, you know, they're going to say we went 0-4, then we went 8-4. And they're going to say, you know, we had a couple of games where we lost in the last few seconds. You know, we could have easily, you know, had a 10-11 win season. You know, just a bounce of a ball here or there. And if they do that, I'm afraid what might happen when draft time comes around, that they're not going to realize just how bad they are. You know, you were just praising Troy Polamalu. I think he's done. I think he makes great plays when the play is close to him, but he cannot chase people down. I think they've redefined his role, and that makes him look better. But he's not flying all over the field successfully like he used to. The big guy with the beard, can't think of his name, in the defensive line.
Kiesel, yeah.
I think he's coming to the end of his career.
I think he knows it, too.
Yeah, and so I'm concerned about this. I mean, you know, they've had a few, perhaps a couple lucky wins. They've had a couple unlucky losses that they might have won, but you know, it's a concern to me if they think they're doing better than they are.
Well, no matter what they do this weekend, they know that they have some salary cap issues where they may have to get rid of Polamalu, whether they want to or not. Kiesel is pretty much gone. They have other decisions that they have to make. They already made one in getting rid of Isaac Redman earlier this season. So I think whether or not they win this week, in the offseason, they know they have some salary cap issues, and they're going to have to clear out some space. And I think they're going to have to rebuild the defensive backfield, Bob. You know, really guys get picked on all season long.
Yeah. I looked earlier in the season, I made a comment to somebody that when Will Gay is your best defensive back, it's a bad season. It's a bad situation. And for a while he was.
Well, regarding yesterday's game, if you don't mind, couple of instances when the ball we lost with Bell
Yeah.
coming out of the end zone, running toward the 5, didn't it look like his knee was down?
Yeah.
So we lost that.
Lost the ball.
Okay.
You're talking about the batting call.
No, the one where the punter punted and it was down at about the 1 yard line.
Oh, okay.
And the second play from scrimmage, I believe it was, they called a fumble on Bell, which started the strange set of circumstances that resulted in the blocked field goal and everything else that was going on. So that play went in favor of the Packers, and needless to say, when the Steelers had possession of the ball after the blocked field goal, they said the Steelers didn't have possession, where they clearly did.
Oh,
One
absolutely.
guy lateral back to the other person.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And what kills me is this is not reviewable. If
Yeah.
I have 3 chances to throw my red flag, I ought to be able to throw it and claim that there's too much green paint on the field if I want to waste it for that. I see no reason why you can't, throw that flag out on anything. It makes no sense to me that this is not reviewable and that is not reviewable.
Yeah, they have reviewable standards where the ball is spotted. Let's say somebody's trying to get a first down on a short yardage play. You can review where the spot was on the tackle, which is ordinarily a judgment call, but you can't review possession like yesterday. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and Michael sit there and argue all day that they should have the same rules as they do in college ball, where everything is looked at.
And that can get to a point of frustration for fans and those watching at home, that every time there's a play, that it's being looked at, that the right call's been made.
Especially when you're in Green Bay and the wind chill was about 11 yesterday,
It
I
was.
believe they said.
Yeah, but so anyways, I'm concerned. I just think that they might think they're better than they are, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're going to have to rebuild that defensive backfield no matter what. No matter what happens Sunday.
Yeah.
I was surprised yesterday, and this I think happened twice, when after a kickoff, our kicker Schweizem made tackles.
Yeah, he made 2 of them.
Ordinarily, the kicker kind of like gets out of the way because he doesn't want to get hurt.
Does the little
But
Olay
Schweizem Schweizem ought to get the Iron Man of the Year award just for the bravery of going up and trying to make a tackle, which he did yesterday at least twice.
Yeah, speaking of kickers and punters and so on, 2 weeks ago, when the Steelers linebacker ended up breaking the jaw of the Cincinnati punter or kicker, whatever he was, I could not tell from that replay if it was helmet to helmet or if the Steelers helmet was on the guy's right shoulder pad behind the camera view. Could you guys get a good look at that?
I didn't.
I think it was a helmet to face mask, it looked like. But the problem with that rule is, you're taught as a football player to get down and lean down. And a lot of times, if you're leaning down, let's say you're the tackler or the punter trying to be a tackler, and the Steeler coming up to block them, both of them lower their heads and their shoulders, or there's going to be collisions like that. I couldn't believe how much the Steelers were fined on that particular play. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Hey, changing gears.
Yeah.
Think back to Mike Easler. If I said something like 285 batting average and 20 home runs, that would be a Mike Easler season, wouldn't you think?
I would say, yeah.
Okay, well, Sin Chu Chu did that last year, and he's now got $130 million for the next 7 years.
Which means Mike Easler was born about 30, 35 years too early.
Yeah, and Mike Easler did that in half a season because he platooned with Lee Lacy.
That he did.
My goodness, huh?
Yeah.
And I wonder how that may benefit the Pirates now with the Rangers getting another outfielder. And they, of course, have a first baseman now with Prince Fielder. If that might free up Mike Moreland, who was the first-string first baseman for Texas last year, to come to Pittsburgh, I wouldn't mind seeing him in a Pirate uniform. He does strike out a lot. You have to be careful, but he can really get the job done many times.
you know, a lot of people complain about strikeouts a lot, but if you have somebody that's slow, I think I would rather see him strike out and then hit into double plays. You know, of course, when you hit the ball, it's in play, you might get a break, but strikeouts aren't the evil that maybe some folks make them out to be.
There's a bunch of them nowadays.
Yep. So anyways, let me wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I should get off of here because somebody else probably wants to talk.
Are you not eligible for trivia?
Oh, yeah, I think I am. I haven't called in for a long time.
Yeah, you haven't. I know you didn't call in last week.
Yeah,
So.
It's been a while.
Boy, you're getting forgetful.
Well, yeah, I was under the weather, and so I was just kind of laying low.
Sorry to hear that. Well, you're good for Christmas anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right,
Hopefully.
so what are you going to do?
Well, you know, I heard you say that nobody had tried the mystery profile for a long time, so I'll do that.
All right, let's give it a shot. We played, by the way, for the good people at Mattio's Pizza, located, of course, in Brackenridge at that first light. If you're coming from Tarentum toward Natrona Heights, it's called Brackenridge Heights, right next to the district magistrate's office, right on the corner at the light. And Mattio's, of course, with their quality ingredients, they've got great sandwiches. They're hand-tossed pizzas, gyro sandwiches, subs, hoagies, calzones, strombolis, wingdings, and you know, the other stuff as well that you'd expect to find at a pizza shop. Mattio's Pizza and Subs has it all, including their signature Ironman hoagie. Now, they're located, as we mentioned, in Brackenridge Heights, 1000 Broadview Boulevard to be exact. Here's the phone number for them at 724-904-7312. Are you ready?
Hey, Bob, let me just point out that if you get a speeding ticket or something, you have to go to the magistrate's office. Maybe you can take them next door for supper and get a break.
Kind of an old-fashioned bribe, yes.
Yeah.
All right,
yes,
Terry.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Let's give it a whirl. You guys ready in the control room for number one? Okay. All right. This is worth $100 in coupons, gift certificates from our local merchants. I was a Heisman Trophy winner, and I played at Notre Dame.
Oh, Paul Hornung.
No. I wasn't really happy about that clue regarding this question, but I needed a fourth.
It narrowed it down to about 7 people. So.
Right. But anyway, so let's go to number two for $75. I gave up on pro football after one season to join the Air Force.
Carl Yastrzemski.
All right. I played, this is now number three, I played, do I have this right? I was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers and played only one season with Pittsburgh and nobody else. Heisman Trophy winner from Notre Dame, one season, played with the Steelers.
Well, I can't think of who that would be.
Okay, let's go down to
Well, it's not Paul Hornung. I don't know, especially the second clue. I don't know if we want Paul Hornung up there and flying those planes. He was the original party animal.
He and Dean Martin may have wrecked World War II. All right, here's number four. I was a quarterback at Notre Dame, however, a halfback with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, it's too bad that didn't say Green Bay Packers, because then I would have gone back to Paul Hornung. Boy, I don't know. I don't know anything about college football. I have no idea who this is.
Well, it was a big name, and of course, this goes back to the 50s.
Oh, okay, well.
And here's your Tinker Toy clue for the heck of it. We'll give you some kind of a prize.
Yeah, you won't be giving me a prize because I'm not getting this either.
By the way, even if you get a Tinker Toy, you are eligible next week for anything but mystery profile.
Oh, okay.
This is just a gift for putting your neck on the line. My first name is Johnny. Do you remember any Heisman Trophy winner from Notre Dame named Johnny?
No.
No. All right, Terry.
If you tell me his name, I'll bet I don't even recognize it. Go ahead.
Johnny Latner?
Nope.
Are you kidding?
Never heard of him.
Well, you know what? I know I'm older than you. I probably have a good 20 years on you.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm 65.
Well, then I only have 8 years on you.
Okay.
But Johnny Latner was a pretty big name out of Notre Dame, and what's odd about this is in today's world, when you come into pro football as a Heisman winner, you've got some goose eggs after that 1 or 2 million on there, okay?
Yeah.
And in those days, hey, a year with the Steelers, I think I'll join the Air Force. I'm not that crazy. And he's putting his neck on the line. The Korean War was on, for Pete's sakes.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Well, Terry, we thank you.
Well, hey, you guys have great holidays. It's great talking to you after all this time.
Yeah, please call again next
Yeah,
week.
hope to talk to you again soon.
Okay.
I'm
thanks,
glad
guys.
you're healthy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, so the answer was Johnny Latner out of Notre Dame, and I bet Tony, if he's watching right now,
I bet you he
Tony
knew
would have
that.
said, Latner,
He was
please.
probably hollering at his TV, Johnny Latner.
We have a commercial break coming up. When we come back, we're going to have one of our studio people spend some time with us. That's you. We'll return in a moment here on Comcast Cable, Channel 190. Stay with us. Since 1914, people in the local area have relied on the Resevich family in deepest time of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley. Its reputation and unquestionable service speaks for itself. Now the proud tradition of service continues with a fourth generation. The Resevich family serves the AK Valley from 2 locations, 5th Avenue Arnold and Leechburg Road, Lower Burrell.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. Their barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Freeport Road, New Kensington, across from Felderelli Square. All right, folks, don't forget my book. If you want to pick up a few well-written and well-liked sports stories, I guess I could say that. Anyway, Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes, over 300 mini stories on the great sports legends of all times. It's available locally at Myrna's. I happen to be there today and talking with some folks there. Also available at Blackburn's in Tarentum, Costello Printing in Tarentum, and at the Hot Dog Guys at Stewart Plaza in Lower Burrell. Okay, we're going to go to Paul right now, who's in the audience. Paul,
Yes.
We welcome you.
Merry Christmas to both of you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Are any of you going to the St. Joe's tournament this weekend? The
You
basketball?
know, I'm not, and I'll
no.
tell you why. I've got a lot of family coming
Right,
in for Christmas. I can't, and I purposely stayed away from
Yeah.
tournaments, so.
Yeah.
I might. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten my assignments yet for this week,
Right.
so I can't answer that one right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new gym that
Are
they
you
have.
kidding?
Right, no. I haven't.
No.
So I figured I'll go
It's
in
fabulous.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, let me tell you when it was at its best, was when the gym opened for the first time and the only lines on the floor were related to the basketball distances and what have you. Eventually, I think it was about a year, maybe 2 away, they put in the volleyball lines, and now it's like any other gym. From that aspect, it's still a gorgeous,
Right.
beautiful gymnasium, and I love doing games there, I really do. But when they put those lines in, the ambiance changed for me anyway.
I guess they're going to have both the boys and girls tournament there both days, so
That's
I might
nice.
I might
Which is
check
great.
out all 4 on Friday. And
Well, that's a lot of
yeah. Mm-hmm.
basketball. Take a lunch. I shouldn't say take one, they're going to feed you well.
Oh, yeah.
And tonight's the last regular season game at Candlestick Park.
I meant to bring that up. That's a good point, Paul.
And they were on, I think it was the Fan or one of the sports stations, what was like your favorite memory of Candlestick ever? And I'm thinking, Dwight Clark's catch in '81, but everyone forgot, or I didn't hear about it, in '79, Ken Tekulve's catch in left field.
They played Ken Tekulve in left field, and he got the last out of the game in the first game of a doubleheader against the Giants. Yes.
Right. And that was, I'm screaming,
But they put him in because they wanted, thinking they may need him again.
Right. They put Grant Jackson in to face Darrell
That's
Evans,
what-
who was a
that's who it
left-hander.
was.
And the thought was that if he didn't get Evans out, he would bring Tekulve back in from left field to face the next guy, who was a right-handed batter. But you knew doggone well that Darrell Evans was going to hit the ball to Tekulve. That's exactly what he did. I
And with
remember
the crazy wind and everything.
Was that an extra innings, or was
No,
that?
that was the ninth inning. That was a regulation game. Yeah.
The only other memory I always saw was, I think they were playing the Cubs like in the late '80s, and someone hit a foul ball or a ball down right field line, and it was a fair ball, and the Giants bullpen closed the door as the ball went in. And I don't know if they made it the ground rule double, but I recall, Al Michael was doing the play-by-play, so it had to be on Monday night. So
Remember one time the visitors' clubhouse was down the right field line. In the visitors' dugout, they didn't have a clubhouse. There was a dugout, and that was it. So at the end of the game, the Pirates or whomever the visiting team was would have to walk down the right field line into that gate which you just referred to, and then they found where their locker room is. And Bobby Tolan was playing for the Pirates. He got thrown out of the game, and he decided to take the scenic route. He went down the right field line as slowly as he could. They couldn't resume the game while he was on the field, and he took his good old time. He was so angry that day, and he finally got into the locker room. But they're great. I know if Bob Prince was around, he would say his favorite Candlestick memory was a 1961 All-Star game when the winds were so bad that Stu Miller, the pitcher for the National League, was blown off the mound, and it was a balk. They called it a balk.
See, now there's another one, reviewable.
Yeah, and then Sunday's going to be the Metrodome's last game with the Lions, Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Oh, is Minnesota's field going to be ready next year?
They're going to play the next 2 seasons at the Golden Gophers
Oh,
football.
okay, at the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, they're going to play 2 seasons.
In St.
I
Paul.
guess they're going to build the new dome right where the Metrodome's at. They're going to build it in the same location.
Well, think of the money the college will make.
Yeah.
Think of the money the college will make.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
But do they sell beer there? That's the question. Because, in all those years the Steelers played at Pitt Stadium, they did not sell beer at Pitt Stadium, being a college campus.
Right.
So when the Steelers finally moved into Three Rivers in 1970, it was the first time they ever sold beer.
Now, speaking of which, on the subject of beer, there was a time at Forbes Field when you could buy 2 seats, one for your case of beer and one for you. I mean, they would actually bring a case of beer to the ball game, put it in the seat next to them as long as they bought the ticket.
Right.
It's a crazy story, but it's true.
Gee. But anyway, and Christmas won't be the same without the blue-gray game.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. Hey, we had a few local people play in that game
Was that
from time
Montgomery?
to time. Yeah, Montgomery,
Yeah.
Alabama. Tommy Brown from
we
Burl
did?
played in there. Yeah, we had
Tommy
several local players in that game over the years, and that was a nice way to spend Christmas afternoon after dinner watching the old blue-gray game. I guess those all-star games fell out of favor. There's so many bowl games now that anybody who's anyone gets to play in a bowl game. I know the Hula Bowl out in Hawaii, which Skip Cady, who's coming into the Hall of Fame, he helped run that
You
for a while.
make the announcement?
I could.
Okay.
Scoop myself.
Skip
Skip Cady, who's going into the AK Valley Hall of Fame, which will be confirmed with the newspaper article tomorrow. But Skip Cady helped run the Hula Bowl for a while. In fact, Chuck Wagner went out to receive the Coach of the Year award. But my point is those all-star games are in college ball are pretty much passé.
Yeah, I think were losing money or low attendance. So
well, the
that's
attendance. In fact, I can still remember back, as a kid in the 50s, every August I would watch from Soldiers Field. The college all-stars would play the champions of the National
Previous
Football
season.
League. And I don't know if they had special rules. I don't remember that long ago. But every year the pros would beat up on them.
Yeah.
You know, and they finally got rid of the game. But folks, scratch your heads and see what you can recall from those days.
Yeah, and I think the Pro Bowl is having a new format this year, like they have in the NHL. It's going to be team, Jerry Rice against team Emmett Smith, or they're going to have like a pickup game, I guess. It won't be AFC versus NFC.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to do something with that Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Because it had really.
And they're going to have
fallen
2-minute warnings all 4 quarters, I read.
Ooh. Well, the commercial people will be happy there. Hey, one Candlestick Park, not so much a memory,
Yeah.
but you know, when the Giants left the Polo Grounds and went out to California, a lot of people forget they played in a minor league stadium called Seal Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while Candlestick was being built, Horace Stoneham, the owner of the Giants, would go out and watch the construction every morning. At 9:30 in the morning, it was so pleasant. I've only been to Candlestick Park myself once, but the mornings are very pleasant out there. It's right on San Francisco Bay. The sun is usually glimmering off the water. But in the afternoon, it's a different story. So one day, Stoneham comes out. He was doing something in the morning. He couldn't make his usual time to go out and watch the stadium being built. So he gets out there about 1:30 afternoon. By that time, the winds were blowing harshly off the bay. It was chilly, and it just seemed to be the construction people were having a tough time. And Horace Stoneham asked one of the construction workers, "What is this? All of a sudden, the morning's so pleasant here. I come out in the afternoon." The guy goes, "Oh, that's like it every day out here." And Horace Stoneham said, "Oh my goodness!" And
What have I done? It's too late now.
It was way too late then, and that turned out to be one of the windiest, chilliest venues in Major League Baseball history. Now, at this time of year, it's not too bad out there because they're having their summer. Their seasons out in San Francisco are a little bit opposite of ours. So the 49ers haven't had too much trouble over the years, but a very historic venue will be closing after tonight.
And then the '89 World Series with the earthquake.
Yeah. When Al Michaels said into the microphone, "I think we're having an earth," and he was cut
That
off,
was it.
and that was it.
Yeah, he said he felt like he was going to lean back, and he thought that was it, the way it was shaking.
Yeah, that had to be frightening because you were up in a
Obviously,
broadcast booth and there wasn't much you could do.
Yeah, so, that's all I had for...
Paul, you're not eligible this
No,
week because you did win last week.
Correct, yes.
I congratulate you,
thank
and
you.
let me know how you like your prizes.
Okay.
All right, folks.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Paul, as well. And we're going to take a break and come back. A couple of more callers are on the line with us, so folks, stay with us. George and I will be right back. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services. Putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My first book on sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubletripplebob.com where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Burrell.
Bob has a fabulous book, and what you just saw, and don't forget about my book, Ali Kiski, Sports History for 1995. Great gift idea. I know it's too late for Christmas, especially if you're watching this one on Thursday night, but otherwise, other times of the year, such as graduation, Father's Day, really any time, stop by and pick one up. 1995 is available at the Hot Dog Guys in Lower Burrell, at Costello Printing in Trentham, and at the Klingensmith Pharmacy chain here in Armstrong County, Leechburg, Freeport, Katanning, and Ford City. Ali Kiski, Sports History. Also, you can order it online at wordassociation.com.
Okay, let's go to a guy now who has won. It's hard to believe. This may be a trivia question one day. Tony, when you retire from calling the show, which I hope it doesn't happen, 26 grand salamis you've won. How do you do it?
Well, it used to be memory.
Now you throw darts at the dartboard, huh?
Yeah, if I could remember, it'd be a lot more than 26, but hey, that's the way it goes.
But that was great last week. I mean, I wasn't going to give him a hint so much. I was thinking of saying, nice guys finish last. But he got that right away. But we talked about,
you know what? In front of the firing squad.
Johnny Vandermeer pitching this second no-hitter, and it was the first night game at Ebbets Field, right?
Right.
And so obviously it had to be somebody playing for the Dodgers at the time, and Tony got it.
Yeah, and it turned out to be Leo DeRocher.
Right. Leo DeRocher. Leo the Lip, I used to call him,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Speaking of Candlestick Park, you remember that when the Pirates were playing here and there was a fly ball to left field and Mazeroski caught it in second?
Yeah.
You remember what Bob Prince said? There's a fly ball to left. And then Maz ended up catching it in second. The wind blew it in or something. That was funny.
Oh, what a place.
What often bothered me, not really bothered me, but puzzled me about Candlestick Park. First of all, we're talking major league. Why would they let or want, with the studies that you do about a ballpark and its location, why would they even build it there?
There was a story about that. I forgot how that happened. There was something. I think they got the ground for nothing.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's how it happened. They went up in a plane and they were flying around, and the guy says, "Pick anything you want." You know, he says you could build a stadium. I'll give you the ground for free. And he said, "I want that right there," and that's how it happened. Yeah. So, like you said, yeah, they study the sun, they study the wind, they study everything. But I don't know.
Now, there's another one out there, by the way, Kezar Stadium, which no longer.
Right, it's more or less a high school stadium now. They've reduced it to about, I saw it when I was out in San Francisco a couple years ago. It's now a high school stadium reduced to about 10,000
The 49ers used to play.
Yeah, they played there, and I think the capacity might have been about 35 to 38,000. And Pete Rozelle said in the late 60s when the NFL-AFL merger came along, anybody that didn't have a 50,000 seat stadium would have lost their team. Ooh. So the Giants had to scramble around, and that's how they started to use Candlestick Park.
Mm. Or if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates in the really bad days, you can take your 70,000 seat stadium or whatever it was and cover the center field with a black tarpaulin and bring your attendance figures down and still call it a sellout.
Yeah, that's what the Pirates did. They used to, the whole top row up there was covered with a tarpaulin. So, yeah, well, it could be doing that again.
Well, let's get on with the Steelers. I think that's why you called, right?
Well, yeah, part of it is.
I just want to hear you rant about the Steelers.
A few other games, but now I heard today that Kansas City might rest some of their starters.
Yeah, they're pretty well banged up.
Yeah. So now it's slim to none probably that they have a chance, if they rest their starters. I don't think they could beat San Diego with their starters.
Well, don't forget, San Diego still has Phillip Rivers and Ryan Matthews. So that combination,
that's what I'm saying.
Something
I don't think they could have beat them even if they played their starters. Kansas City, because that's one of the things that has to happen. Kansas City has to be San Diego, and for the Steelers to get in. You know what? They don't deserve to get in. You know what I mean?
We can make that argument, but hey, they're 7-4 in the last 11 games. That's not bad.
Well, I understand that, but they lost to some teams they should have never lost to.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Come on, Oakland,
Minnesota,
away, and even
Tennessee.
Miami. They had, I mean, it's a warm weather team coming in here, and it was a miserable day, and it looked like we was from Florida.
But you know something, Tony?
And then Brown, he still doesn't pay attention where he's running. You see that pass he caught? Had plenty of room down the sidelines and ended up running out of bounds yesterday. I just don't understand why he can't pay attention to where he is running. But I don't know.
I missed a portion of the third quarter, so I didn't. Is that when it happened?
Yeah, I mean, they threw him a pass, and he was behind the guy. He caught the ball. He was at least 2 feet off the line, and ended up running right out of bounds again. I mean, and nobody hit him. Nobody was around him. The guy was chasing him from behind, but he didn't lay a glove on him. So I just don't, I don't understand that. Well, that's probably like the rest of the team. Nobody pays attention. And then they try that fake punt. Well, yeah, but you know what? If you call the right plays, you don't have to have a fake punt. This is so disgusting when Brown has that nice kick or punt return, and you run 3 into the line and punt.
Yeah.
That's disgraceful.
Well, they had
That's
so
crazy.
much momentum at that time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand where this guy's coming from, And but they got to live with it. So I guess I'll have to live with it. But besides that, at least they have a chance. You know what I mean? And that's providing they beat Cleveland. Who knows? They might.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, you never know. If they show up again, that's fine.
They're capable of laying an egg against anybody,
as
we saw this year.
Yep. In fact, they have an egg farm, I think, this year. But you know what? Kiesel played one of his best games yesterday. I thought.
I still like the Steeler future with Bell as
He's
the
really
running back.
proving to be good. Yeah.
We do need perhaps a good, strong receiver. Spaeth, a wonderful game.
Yeah.
Heath Miller.
See, they're a different team. He missed about the first 4 to 6 games this year. They're a different team with Matt Spaeth.
And throwing the screen to Heath Miller is, I can't believe that. I mean, he's lost a good step ever since that injury he had. And, the play was there, but he just couldn't get going, to get the first down. But, well, I don't know what you do about that. I guess nothing. So, but besides that, like I said, they have a chance, and slim and none, but still, it's a chance that nobody thought they'd ever have. Yeah. And
I'm one of them.
yeah, there's a whole line of them. But besides that, hey, let's watch the game and hope everything turns out. They'll come into it, as a 6th seed, and maybe they could. Who knows? Maybe they could surprise somebody.
Yeah.
But this center that we got, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's the Cody Wallace.
Yeah.
He's turning out pretty well. And the other center they had to replace Pouncey, Velasco, I thought he also played well. I think next year they're going to have to find a place for him.
Well, you know what I would do? I would leave him at center and put Pouncey at guard. I heard that, he's a better guard than he would be a center, Pouncey.
Yep, I've heard the same thing. That might be an option.
Yeah, and, that would strengthen their line. Providing, these guys are still around next year, whoever. But I think that would strengthen their lineup more. But, we'll see. And as far as the Pirates, forget it. They ain't doing anything. They're not getting anybody, so there's no use talking about them.
They're putting some stories out now. They do that when they know they're in trouble. They flesh all these stories out to the media. Now that's... maybe it might not be bad with Andrew Lambeau getting a chance to play first base against right-handed pitchers, which is 2/3 of the time.
Yeah, and Gabby Hayes Sanchez to play steady first base. Oh, that's nice.
That'll put fear into the other team's pitching
This is unbelievable. But hey, what are you going to do? And those suckers will keep going.
Tony, we've got a couple of callers waiting
All
in the
right.
wings.
Hey,
let me congratulate you on your win, but I root against you.
Well, I know that.
You
you're
have
like,
a habit of
you're
emptying
like
my
Pete
prize
Rozelle.
closet like nobody else.
You want parody. I understand that. So, as Pippo would say, Buon Natale.
Yeah, Buon Natale to you,
and
too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Tony.
All right, you too, guys.
God bless.
God bless.
Thank you.
All right, Rich has been on the line. He's been holding for quite a while. Rich, how are you? Your prize is in the mail. I called and left a message, so...
Yeah, I got your message today.
Okay.
I got a problem with this Steelers when they had the ball on the 1-yard line. Was it 1st and goal?
Yes.
Okay, now, they could have taken a knee 3 times.
Yes, it was for, no, I think the,
If it was second down,
it was second down.
If they'd
First
taken
down
me
play,
twice,
got the ball to
that
the
would have
one.
taken a lot of seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
try
there's-
and let's squeeze and kick the field goal.
Yeah, I've heard that all day. There's a school of thought for that. And, you know, the one thing that I think, Rich, Dick LeBeau, who knows a little bit about football, says the more snaps you do, the closer you come to making a mistake. And I think the Alabama football team might attest
You mean
to
Murphy's Law?
that. And I think that's what they were thinking at the time. But, you know, you could frustrate the other team, but, you know, Tomlin said today they were at the end of the field, that the ground was really torn up, and they weren't confident that they could get a good placement. But you bring up a very good point. It would have been interesting to see how this might have turned out if the Steelers would have, you know, tried to run a couple plays in the line, try to take some time off the clock, because Green Bay had no timeouts.
Right. They actually let, what's his name, have the touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's
even said that in the
part of the
paper.
strategy, yeah. Of course, sometimes it backfires. The New England Patriots let the Giants do that in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, thinking that Brady could march them down the field. And it doesn't quite work out all the time.
How do you
I
think
like
this?
Sanders running back the kickoffs, but he only did it once, right? And
Yeah,
has
he was
Wire
hurt. He
back
didn't
there
play
and,
the second half,
Jones,
and
I
he's
can't
down
believe
for-
that when you got a kid like Sanders. Well, he got hurt, but he had a nice run back.
He did. He had a couple of them. In fact, that one nice punt run back, as the earlier caller had alluded to, he got almost to midfield, and the Steelers couldn't do anything. It was a 3-and-out. But the point is, he put them in good position with his return.
Well, Cincinnati this week, they're 7-0 at home, and Baltimore's only like 2-5 on the road. And then Kansas City's 6-1 on the road, and San Diego's only 4-3 at home. So I don't know. Like you said, they might be resting their players.
Yeah, they have some people banged up, so I think that's the one you worry about if you're a Steeler fan. Kansas City, what kind of effort they're going to put up against San Diego.
Well, even like the Jets, they're only 1-6 on the road, where Miami's 4-3 at home. But after losing to Buffalo, you wonder what team's going to show up. I mean, they beat the Steelers, and
Miami's in a perfect position to clinch a playoff spot
Right.
yesterday,
And they just can't
and
do
they
it.
go up to Buffalo and they lose. What was it, 19-0?
yeah,
I mean, that's
19-0.
you know.
Well, some of the experts were picking Buffalo to beat them this week.
Well, maybe they knew what they were doing.
You know, they were talking about the line and all that.
Hey, that's the thing with the NFL. You just don't know what's going to happen next, especially in this day and age. But boy, if you're a Dolphins fan, you have to be so disappointed. It was right there on a platter for them yesterday, going up to Buffalo, one of the worst teams in the league. In fact, Buffalo, they're working on what, Rich? About 11 or 12 straight losing seasons, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ever going to catch up to the Pirates for the North American sports record, but
And they've also lost 4 Super Bowls.
yeah, their own 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, when they had Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rich.
Okay, I'll go for multiple choice.
Multiple
Are
choice.
you eligible? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you
eligible
won
this
that
I
year.
was
two
2
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago, and I won
Give it
that.
a shot.
Okay, here we go with a multiple choice question for Rich, and it concerns, it's a pro football question. In fact, a Steelers question. Who holds the record for kicking the most field goals for the Steelers in a season? The most field goals. And your choices: Jeff Reed, Roy Girella, Norm Johnson, or Gary Anderson.
I'll say Norm Johnson.
And you are absolutely correct. You've won your last 2 times, Rich. It is Norm Johnson holding the record for Steeler field goals in a season
With 40.
with 40.
Well, they got him in a trade, wasn't it?
With Seattle. Absolutely correct. And
Yeah.
when he came on the field, you know, the popular TV program at the time, Cheers, you know, when George Wendt would walk into the bar, everybody would say, Norm! And, as soon as he would walk on the field at Three Rivers Stadium, all the fans would go up, Norm! And more times than not, Norm came through, particularly the season with 40 field goals.
And Bill did some research on it. The years that Johnson was in Pittsburgh, there were 4 of them. 95, 96, 97, actually 3, okay? No, 4, I'm sorry, there were 4 in 99. But his field goals The year that he hit 40 was 1998. The following year, he had half, roughly, 21 the following year. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you.
Okay, Merry Christmas, guys.
Rich, good hearing from you.
Okay, final break and our final call. And George and I don't know who that is yet, but we'll take the call in about a minute and a half. Stay with us.
380 Auction and Discount Warehouse, Route 380, Murraysville.
See us first for holiday decorations and supplies. Our entire inventory is on sale at discount prices. Don't wait. Supplies are limited. Since you'll spend less than you thought on decorations, see us for gifts. Our inventory of new name brand furniture, tools, housewares, pet supplies, automotive supplies, and toys are also on sale at discount prices.
Get to 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse today, Route 380, Murraysville.
Arnold Furniture has been the area's favorite furniture store for over 37 years. The selection just can't be beat. 4 floors of living room, dining room, recliners, bedding, accessories, and so much more. You'll always find friendly personal service from the Miller family, and you'll love the prices where we consistently beat the competition. Plus, free local delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old furniture guaranteed. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
At Tower Auto Sales, there are 3 indoor showrooms. It's a full-service facility with an experienced staff. They have all makes and models, featuring Lexus products. Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Road in Blawnox, they say, and we agree, just buy it. 412-828-6202 is the number to call. You can ask for the guy who runs the place, Mike Fanto. Okay. All right, folks, let's take our final call. And it is Bruce, the limo man. Welcome to the program.
Bob, I was at KDKA the other day, and I mentioned you to take Vinny Tiki's place. He got fired. Also, Paul Alexander. I left a message at your house about it.
You know, I'm sorry, I can't make you out.
You talked about Vinny and Paul Alexander. They're out at the fan radio.
At the fan, yeah. Okay.
They were both fired.
Yep.
I don't understand that. They were both great.
Well, it wasn't because of bad ratings. You know, we know that. I mean, they both had good ratings.
Vinny's born in Brooklyn, was up in Seattle, came to Pittsburgh. He won't have a problem finding a job.
No, absolutely not.
You know, where he wants to settle, I guess. But who's going to be the new guy with?
They're going to move up Chris Muller to the mornings.
With? Oh, for the early
Jim
morning.
Colony and Jim Colony and
the tall guy.
Giannotti.
Yeah,
Greg
the tall
Giannotti.
Guy. Yeah. But who's going to be with Cook? Or does Cook do it on his own?
I'm sorry, I had that backwards. They're going to put Josh Miller from the afternoons onto the mornings with Jim Colony and Greg Giannotti. And then the afternoons, Chris Muller will move and be paired with Ron Cook.
I can't see that. I told Michael Young that you were an idiot for doing that.
What did he say?
He said the ratings, and I said, I don't believe one word of it. You have too many commercials. You have about 6 commercials every 8 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Well, they got a ton of them. Of course, they have bills they have to pay, too, like we do here.
Yeah, but you don't have as many.
No. Well, that's because we want to talk to callers like yourself.
Well, yeah. That's what the show's about. Not hearing about living furniture every 8 minutes. I just turn it off on the radio when they're on.
Yeah. Now,
I don't want to hear it.
Now, also, Dr. Knowledge is stepping down. You called his show once in a while, didn't you? I've heard you on there.
Yeah, I call about once a month. I didn't hear that. Is he retiring?
Yes, he's stepping
Well,
down.
he's left the door open, I think, to come back. But once you're off, what he's going to do is spend some time writing another book or two. Yeah. And the preparation.
There's a show in 1210. His name is Steve Ross. I'm sure that's not his real name because he sounds Jewish to me. And it's really a great show. Around midnight on Saturday night about old shows that were on and actors and things like that. It was really great.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Knowledge's wife has been ill.
Yes, she has. She missed a few weeks there, but I always enjoyed listening to him. That was a brief listen. He's still going to be on KDK Radio at 22 minutes after 3 every afternoon. He has a little 1-minute shtick about, he did something about the origin of Christmas today, the Christmas celebration, and how Santa Claus got his name. And he always does some trivia concerning presidents. I did not know that we have had 9 presidents that didn't have a college education.
Yeah, I heard that one.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So that means I'm eligible, right?
You're eligible, and so is Bob Saturn.
He sure is. He said you're eligible for president too.
No.
You're over 35 and you're
That's
native
right.
born.
All right,
The
Bruce.
dean of Arizona Drive.
I'm having.
You know that Oscar Robertson is now 75 years old?
He's the big O.
And I bet you he could still out-dribble all of us.
Yeah. And NFL commissioner, the former one, Paul
Tagliabue.
Tagliabue, 73 years old.
The tallest commissioner in the history of sports, right? Isn't he
Yeah.
about 6'6", something like that?
Something like that,
I'm
yeah.
glad you're here. I
And
can't
one of
handle
Patty
this.
Callis' favorite guys, Stevie Carlson, 69 years old.
Bruce, you ready for trivia? We got to wrap it up.
Yeah, multiple choice, Bob.
Okay, there you go, Bob.
What do you want?
Multiple choice question.
All right, you have number 7. Pertains to horse racing. You any good at that?
No.
Just kidding. All right, number 7. Who is the all-time leading rushing leader in Division I NCAA football? Was it Ron Dane, Marcus Allen, Tony Dorsett, or Ricky Williams?
Repeat the question one more time.
What's he want?
Repeat the question, dude.
All right. What college football player has rushed for the most yards in Division 1A for a career? Okay, not a season, a career. So what rushing or what running back holds the record for the most yards gained in his college career? Ron Dane, Marcus Allen, Tony Dorsett, or Ricky Williams?
I'll say Ron Gaines.
And you are correct.
Oh, he did say Ron Dane?
Ron Dane,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. 6,397 yards, and you are a winner. Bruce,
Wow, for the 93rd time. I'm getting up there where Tony is and lower Arnold.
all right, we had a couple of winners today. Bruce, we got to go.
All right, it's a long driving Big Point Center Field. Get that Christmas tree up along with your Hanukkah bush.
Bob, hope you have a nice
Oh,
Christmas.
God.
Hope Santa Claus
George,
comes for you.
Merry Christmas to you. Paul in the audience, Merry Christmas
And
to
to our
you.
crew.
And to our crew. All right, and Isis, who underwent a little bit of surgery.
Well, she looks like
Yeah.
she's all right.
Well, we had her running around the block a few times just to get in shape. Anyway, thank you for watching, folks. I'm Bob Tattern,
I'm George Guido.
and good night.
Thank
you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.